You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome back. We're talking about the avalanche of political sex scandals that have dominated the headlines recently. Our guests are Rhonda Bellamy, who is host of On the Wave Line with Rhonda Bellamy on Wave Radio, a morning 2-hour talk fest during the week, and Greg Airy, who is a teacher at Cape Fear Community College in political science and history. What connection do we make between behavior that some feel is inappropriate and judgment as a leader? Is there a connection? Should we make a connection? Is that a viable, fair way to judge?
I don't think that the public makes a distinction between moral judgment and job judgment, if that's the question. I think that they kind of lump it all together.
Should they?
Whether or not they should.
But haven't a lot of our great leaders in this country dealt with these kinds of issues? Jefferson. Would anybody say that Jefferson wasn't a great leader? And his moral compass is fairly public. Everybody knows. FDR, certainly. JFK, Clinton's years in the White House, he had some great success. Right. What do you?
Well, I think what happens is that we want our leaders to be great, and we want them to be these very vibrant, outgoing, just superhuman beings or leaders. And then I think what happens is all this other baggage comes with them. And I think that they are human beings. I think what we have done in society, in teaching history, I see this all the time, I think what we've done is we've taken these political figures historically through time and created these giant statues. They become the people of marble or of bronze. We remember what we want to of them and ignore what we don't want to know about them. If you tell someone about the scandals of FDR, and they're a young student in my class, they get kind of upset if they like FDR, or they think of him as a great man, or they remember something.
You're besmirching the reputation of a great leader.
Right. And you're going after him. And I'm not. I'm just saying that he also was guilty of these affairs.
All right, how damaging is a scandal like the ones we're talking about to a politician's career in this day and age? Is it?
Ask John Edwards. I think he's a prime example.
Is he done?
He's done. I think he's done. I think he's done for a number of reasons. Not only did he have an affair that produced a child, as the media is reporting, but also that he did it while his wife was suffering from cancer. I think it's a deal breaker.
And on the other hand, you had Governor Sanford harshly criticized for expanding on his moral struggle and giving what some said was way too much information. And to me, it seemed like he was, I'm not justifying it or condemning it, but it seemed like he was being honest and candid about what happened. We didn't want that.
Oh yeah, no, I think he was being honest and candid. I just don't think it's what people wanted to hear. And I don't mean they wanted him to lie. They didn't want him to. They wanted this to be something.
Go away.
Yes, to go away, or not just to go away. I mean, I think they wanted it. From my perception, maybe that he was lured into this. And then as you're reading, I think Rhonda said that immediately you could read on the internet at some point the letters that he had and the emails going back and all the steamy stuff. He was really into this affair. This wasn't so then it takes now another step in this whole idea of who Sanford is. Wait a minute, if he got lured away like this, but if he did it and he's making these decisions, who is he really?
Can Sanford, someone like Sanford, survive all of this and go on to succeed in politics?
No.
No, he can't.
No.
Let's talk about the spouses of these political figures. The image in my mind of New Jersey Governor McGreevey and his wife standing by his side as he announces that he's a gay American. New York Governor Spitzer's wife by his side as he was apologizing to the nation. Elizabeth Edwards took a different approach, as did Governor Sanford's wife. Do you think, what do you think about?
I think that the American public, by and large, respects Jenny Sanford, and some of them even wishing that she were the governor. She said, what happens to his career is not my concern. She refused to be one of those standing up, almost sanctioning what her husband did. Now, whether or not they're working that out, because they had been separated for some time prior to this latest revelation. But I think American people were sick of the women coming up and almost upholding what their errant spouses were doing.
Do you think the Lewinsky affair played any part in Hillary Clinton's eventual rise to elected office? The fact that she faced that public humiliation with her husband and then got past it and triumphed, do you think it enhanced her image as a strong woman?
I think she already had an image as a strong
Yes,
woman. I'm not sure that the affair itself really played a part. She was a very strong figure, and the first lady to have an office in the West Wing, not the East Wing. She wouldn't take that pink office in the East Wing. She wanted to be part of policy. And she had major policy initiatives that she was in charge of during the Clinton administration. I think that sets her aside compared to
We're
other
almost out of
first
time. Let's close with one question. Does this, or what does this do to the faith that people have in government? We have like 30 seconds. Does this undermine people's faith in government or their leaders?
I think it does, but it depends solely on a person's support for partisan issues and parties. I think that's where in other words, it really takes and cuts into a person's perception within their own understanding of a particular political side.
Rhonda?
I would agree. I think that what you see the American public doing is keeping that tally sheet of, who did it on the Democratic side, who did it on the Republican side, and constantly weighing that. Even though polls show that the majority of married people in the United States do have extramarital affairs.
Rhonda Bellamy, Greg Airy, thank you for joining us. And thank you for being with us as well. If you'd like to catch Byline online, go to WILM-TV.com, WILM-TV.com, and just click on the Byline Wilmington icon. I'm Don Ansell for Byline Wilmington. We'll see you next week.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning at 11 as we explore the issues that concern you.